Hey everybody and welcome. My name's Carlo Libertini and thanks for hanging out with me here today. I am really excited because I'm going to show you what I feel is one of the best advancements in vocal production technology I have seen in a really long time. I'm talking about DynAssist here, GainAim Pro by the great folks at NoiseWorks Audio. Now, when I tried this for the first time, I was super impressed. It's basically going to help you ride your vocals, but intelligently, because it is AI assisted. It also has sibilance detection, breath detection, an intelligent gate, and sibilance editing too, all built in this one easy package. So I have a session here from one of my songs that I like to use often, and we're going to do some vocal riding. Let's take a listen to the session right here.
I hear your voice telling me you wanna be. I have a choice to leave or lose a part of me. I'm feeling fine, but I don't know why.
Now, as you can see, we're looking at the plugin right here. First, I need to tell you that there are two methods to use this because this is an audio random access plugin. Now, audio random access is near and dear to my heart because it was obviously pioneered by the great folks at Celemony together with Presonus to blend, I should say, plugin technology with DAW technology. You see, it allows for the exchange of more information between the DAW and the plugin, things like audio data, tempo, pitch, even rhythm. So you can think ahead. That's what makes it intelligent. Now, if your DAW does not support audio random access, you can use a standard transfer mode, which you can get more information of at noiseworksaudio.com. But for today, we're going to be using the audio random access method. And I'll show you how to get your audio into there. I'm using Studio One Pro here. If you're using Logic or Pro Tools or, any audio random access capable DAW, then you can do this. And while you're at it, don't forget to like and subscribe. Become part of our music marketing team and family today. We have over 1,000 Pro Audio videos just waiting for you to access. It doesn't take much, and we really do appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, now I'm looking here at my verse. In Studio One, it's very easy. And in your DAW, it's just as easy, I'm sure. I could, for example, right-click on the vocal track, come to Event Effects, and here you'll see Audio Random Access enabled plugins. And one of them here is GainAim Pro. And we're going to select that, and the audio is automatically opened in this window right here. Let me close it, and you'll see once it's transferred with Audio Random Access, just double-click it, and there you are. It'll open it up for you automatically. This is part of the integration between plugin and DAW using Audio Random Access. It's like it's part of the DAW now. Now, what we're looking at here is, for example, our verse. Let's go down. I'll scroll down a little bit. This section of the verse is presented right here, and this section of the verse is presented right here. And you can use your mouse wheel to scroll in and out in any area to get as detailed as possible. So let's talk about why I feel this is really incredible. Number one, it is AI assisted. Number two, it is using audio random access technology, which means it can look ahead and do some amazing things like avoid pumping and other artifacts, if you will. And just by opening it up right now, it's using a default setting. This is the one that comes with it. But I'd highly encourage that if you, get really familiar with it and you start adjusting some settings for different vocal types, save them as a preset here with this button here. This button will reset everything back to new. You have undo and redo, and you can scroll through presets here like that. As you can see, here is one preset I labeled it CL, my initials, vocal 1. Here's the difference. Here's the default one. And here's what my edits here applied to the vocal. And you can see I wanted a little bit more articulation, and I'll show you how to get there. Okay, but why is it important to be measuring this in LUFSs? Well, it's because this is perceived loudness, and that's really how we work with audio these days, especially in music production. Just turning something up does make it louder, but is it perceived to be louder? You see, it's a standard unit, so don't be afraid. And it measured how loud a signal is by taking into account how human beings perceive loudness. It's based on the root mean RMS measurement. And, it's intelligent because in a way I can raise how loud I want something to be or lower it by setting the target loudness here with this slider. And a little does go a long way. I'm going to leave it at minus 24 LUFSs right now because that's where I set this originally and began editing my my vocals here by riding them. Now you can see the next we've got mode. This is going to decide if you want to work with vocals or an instrument mode. In instrument mode, you'll see I have pop-ups. If you go to settings right here, I can activate tooltips. I highly recommend using that, especially when you're first getting started. So you have two modes, vocal, and it actually works on instruments too, which has a huge added benefit to its capabilities. So by leaving it on vocal mode, next we're going to have, after setting your target loudness, I suggest coming right here to ride. You can deactivate the ride. And now riding the vocals means that after you apply your compression and certain effects and EQ the way you want it, you still want to go in there and adjust the volume, perceived volume now here, of the vocal to add a little bit of more dimension, a little bit of movement to, and a lifelike realism sometimes. And that's exactly what it's doing here. The disclosure arrow opens up more parameters. Okay, now as you can see, under the ride mode, we have gain range. You can lock this and you can set the gain range for the amount it's going to elevate the perceived loudness and how much it's going to lower it too. So you could set the gain range here. You could leave it indefinitely. It goes up to, look at that, minus 32 and up to 32 decibels. Or you could deactivate it and see the green indicated gain range riding is gone. Let's turn it up a little bit and you see how it comes back. 6 decibels for me is about average. It's about nice. It could be a little bit much for most people, but I like to set the gain range about right there. I'm not doing anything extreme. It also has an option to avoid clipping, which is super intelligent, and smoothing. This is going to obviously change how it adapts to your audio to make things a little bit smoother. And this is going to work with different types of vocal and vocal performances. You know, if you're working with a female or male singer that's singing more of a slow type song, you can adjust that here just by lowering, and you can see how it adjusts, or raising 100% smoother. Here, let me zoom in a little bit. Let me reduce this down. You see it's a little sharper there. I can bring it up. It's a little bit less. There you go. Again, really intelligent. So that's the ride feature here. Let's go to the Vox Gate. Now this is really intelligent in its own way because it uses AI to identify the human voice, if you will, when it's actively singing or speaking, because remember, you can use this not only for singing, but for podcasts, radio interviews, audiobooks, and more. But the key advantage here is that because of Audio Random Access, it's able to look ahead, and using the AI, it intelligently gates. But of course, you have access to tweaking that a little bit. Here's right here, your gain detection threshold. You can adjust by what volume you want to turn it down, and the speed, the closing speed and the opening speed here. Okay, just like that. And of course, use your ears. Here, let's try an example.
Telling me you wanna be, I have a choice to leave or lose a part of me.
It just works every time. It is so smart. But let's say, let me zoom in on a different section of the song. Let's say at the end of the passage here, you wanted to manually tweak it. Well, right here, we have the manual button. And if you activate this, now you can go in and you can adjust the gain and how it fades in or out at any point on any section at all. So if that was a little bit too loud, I can reduce it and do something like that. And again, that is the manual button. And when you're done, you can close the window like that, and you can see your edits are now there. So it isn't completely independent and reliant on the AI mechanism. That's there to help you. You can go in afterwards and manually tweak it to taste. All right, so keep that in mind. That option is right there. Let's hear this passage.
Don't know why
I like it.
I need to breathe.
Now, what you're looking at here, for example, in the next area, let's go to breath. You'll see that breaths are identified as dark gray. You see, this is gray. Here's a light gray section. Here's a dark gray section. So it's identifying them, giving it its separate colors, dark gray, and allowing you to tweak them. Here under the breath control, you can toggle it on and off or get more parameters. Here again is the threshold for the amount of reduction. I'll set no for that. And the range. Let me edit that. And you can see it's been reduced there. Let me bring it back up a little bit. And there. So you could tweak the range. And of course, the transition speed. How it's going to open and close when it hits a breath. Okay? Let's take a listen to this.
I need
Very slightly in there. If I wanted to reduce it a little bit more, I could take the range down. Reduce it a little bit more. Take the range down that way.
I need to breathe.
And I like it. I really like it. Again, easy to use and smart. Combining all these tools, vocal writing, intelligent gating, breath editing, and now Sibilance editing as well. Let's go into the Sibilance tab. And it's very similar to the breath tab here. But as I mentioned before, the breaths are in dark gray. The Sibilance is going to be in light gray. I think we got some Sibilance right about here. Let's see.
Deep inside it is something.
Here we got two. We got right here. Let me slide this over here. We got, no, that's fine. Right here and right here, we have Sibilance.
Deep inside it is something that.
It just sounds amazing here. Again, here's our threshold for reduction of the Sibilance. And our range, again, how much we want to reduce it by, and the speed. Let's hear this now.
Part of me, deep inside it is something that I want to free.
Again, it is so smart and intelligent that it just gets you there quick and easy, but it sounds so real. It's incredible. It is a wonderful, wonderful plugin. Now, if you're wondering about the nodes here, see how it assigns different nodes here? We have this option down here finally at the bottom called speed. If I increase this, you could see it's 1.5 seconds. It flattens it out a little bit more. It adds less nodes for you to allow writing of. If I bring it down again, it'll give you more areas to tweak the writing, editing of your vocal. Okay, and it's that easy. So that is located down here at the bottom. If I bring it up again, it's going to give me less writing, articulation, I should say. And by lowering it, let's say to about 380 milliseconds, it's giving me more points. Okay, let's take a listen to what we've got here so far.
I hear your voice telling me you wanna be. I have a choice to leave or lose a part of me. I'm feeling fine, but I don't know why.
Here's the last part.
I need to breathe and move a different part of me. Deep inside it is something that I wanna free. I'm feeling fine, but I just don't know this time.
Amazing. So NoiseWorks Audio really came up with something absolutely brilliant here because it utilizes audio random access technology. It has that advanced look ahead. It's not processing the audio in real time at the playhead. It knows what's going to happen several seconds, several minutes down the line. And that's why it's able to avoid things like pumping and unusual artifacts. And it's also really easy to use. And it also includes an instrument mode if you wanted to ride an instrument. Why? Because it's using artificial intelligence here. So it needs to know, it's got to identify what is a human voice and what is an instrument. We, of course, have been using this in vocal mode right here. And when you get settings that you really like, I just, recommend you activate the save button and scroll through different presets, create your whole preset library, if you will. and really take advantage and leverage the power that we have today in audio production. Thanks to, a program like DynAssist here by NoiseWorks using, GainAim Pro here to ride the vocals. Also eliminates the need to do separate sibilance editing, breath, and gates. Now it does this all, ready for this, with zero latency. Absolutely unbelievable. Easy as pie. Just, activate it as an DynAssist Access plugin, have it do its thing in the background, get the settings you want. You could tweak it a little bit as your mixes evolve and get perfect vocal riding, gating, breath editing, sibilance, and more, all in one easy to use and great sounding package. All right. So best way to find out, of course, is for yourself. There's more information in the links below. Don't forget to like and subscribe again. Become part of our family today here. Get access to hundreds, if not thousands, of pro audio tutorials for you. My name is Carlo Libertini, and thanks for watching.
I hear your voice telling me you wanna be. I have a choice to leave or lose a part of me. I'm feeling fine, but I don't know why.